El Defensor, the Mayan Defender, an audio story. Come with me on a journey and let me tell you a story about my people. This is a story about a boy from my village who became our hero. Our legend. His name is Juan. Juan slipped away just before dawn, eager to avoid both his chores and the unrelenting heat of the afternoon. He set out on the worn jungle path leading to the ancient ruins of Bonampak. The sounds of howler monkeys and exotic birds echoed through the rainforest as one hiked deeper into the verdant maze of vines and massive ceiba trees. By mid-morning, he had reached the sprawling complex of stone temples, plazas, and palaces, now overgrown after centuries of abandonment. Juan scrambled up weathered steps and over toppled walls, imagining the ghostly vestiges of the Mayan nobles who once dwelled here. He made his way into the heart of the Acropolis until he came upon a smaller building half consumed by strangler figs and flowering bromeliads. One crawled through the vegetation, finding a darkened entrance leading inside. Pulling out his cell phone, he used its dim light to illuminate the passage ahead. The air grew heavy with earthy scents as one felt his way through several rooms. Coming upon a stone archway, he ducked inside a grand chamber crowned by a towering corbelled ceiling. Shafts of sunlight slanted down through openings in the roof, speckling the intricate faded glyphs and illustrations painted on the plastered walls. One stood in awe beneath the converging beams, taking in the sweep of art and architecture. His gaze fell upon a pedestal in the chamber's center which held an object glinting in the stray sunbeams, an ornate crystal that pulsed with ethereal radiance. Juan felt an irresistible compulsion to approach and touch it. Moving closer, he could make out delicate carved symbols across its facets. Reaching out cautiously, one took the object into his palms, feeling a thrum of energy coursing into his hands. Suddenly, the artifact adhered itself firmly to his skin, enveloping his body in blinding light. Visions flooded one's mind in an overwhelming deluge. He saw a Maya priest in ornate ceremonial garb kneeling in this very chamber, holding the same crystalline object. In a rush of images, one witnessed armies of conquistadors and colonists invading the jungles, burning villages and enslaving the native peoples. The final vision showed the Maya priest secreting the crystal away just before the temple was attacked. "Take up my mantle," the priest implored. "Use its gifts to defend our homeland." As the visions faded, one collapsed to the ground, the echo of the priest's words ringing in his mind. When he regained consciousness, he felt the crystal embedded in his palm, pulsating with otherworldly energy. Juan soon discovered his body was imbued with extraordinary capabilities far beyond any normal human. As he made his way back to the village, he realized this mystical artifact had given him the power to be the guardian the ancient Maya had hoped for. He now possessed the strength, speed, and senses to protect his people's lands and heritage as the priest had charged. Juan swore an oath that day, to take up the mantle and use these gifts to turn back those who would pillage and destroy, becoming a new defender of the jungle. Back in his village, one kept quiet about his supernatural encounter in the ancient temple. He knew his family would think he was either lying or had gone mad. So by day he continued his regular routine, while by night he would sneak off to train himself in using his newfound abilities. Juan soon gained impressive control over his preternatural strength, reflexes, and senses. He found he could leap incredible distances through the jungle canopy and move in total silence. His vision could pierce the night, and his hearing picked up the faintest sounds. When the bulldozers and excavators arrived to begin clearing jungle for the new highway, one knew the time had come to act. Under the cover of darkness, he padded silently to the construction zone donning a simple cloth mask. As the crew slept, Juan ripped up 100-foot sections of roadway with his bare hands. He tore through metal fences like paper and leapt atop bulldozers to smash their engines. By the time the sun rose, it appeared a malevolent phantom had beset the equipment. The terrified workers crossed themselves, believing a curse had befallen the site. Despite doubled security, Juan returned every night. His sabotage soon had the entire area in disarray. After weeks with no progress, the builders finally fled, leaving their mangled machines behind. Not long after, a large logging company started illegally cutting down mahogany and cedar from protected Lacandan lands near one's village. Once again at night, one set out wearing his mask to become the jungle's invisible guardian. A stealthily undid oxen harnesses to stampede the loggers' camps, then rip trees in half to block the winding logging roads. The loggers spun tales of a mysterious force wreaking havoc, before abandoning their operations entirely. Word of a shadowy, superhuman figure spread across the region, whispered in Obadula Candons. They spoke reverently of El Defensor, a guardian spirit conjured by the ancient Maya to protect their homelands. One patrolled nightly as his secret identity, using his fearsome abilities only under the darkness cloak. If others knew it was a mere boy behind the incredible feats, it would dispel the legend he had created as El Defensor. But Juan remained confident that word of the mysterious jungle champion would now keep both greed and destruction at bay. He had become a silent sentinel, the spectral defender who haunts the ancient ruins and forests to safeguard their forgotten secrets. He tried to keep it a secret from his people. But we knew, and when he is ready to tell us, we will be ready to support him. I hope you have enjoyed this story. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories.